Miss Kay here, my trumpet and your trumpet, and we're going to do some playing today. Hope you've been practicing, hope you've been playing all the things that we talked about and maybe looking at some new stuff as well. Let's play some short notes, staccato, short notes, any note you like. Number one, ta, just like that. Here we go. Fantastic. Another one. Another one. Keep following me. Do your lowest note, whatever it is. I just did a low A, maybe we could do that. In fact, let's do a long note now. So a long, low A. If it's tricky to get A first time, we can go down from C. So let's do a long C. And a long B. And a long A. Do a G. Go up to A. Up to B. And up to C. Fantastic. Do a whole scale of C major. If you want to, we're looking at page 28 in the middle of teen brass. If you can do it without looking, that's amazing. Make sure you use your tongue. And when we get to the top, you can take a breath before you turn around and come back down again. Start on C, up to upper C, and back down again. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4. Great, can you do it with me? I hope so. When I see you again, we're going to play that together and it will sound amazing. Let's look at page 16. We practiced number 5, I believe, going up and down. Let's start with that one. So C, G, C, G, C. Remember to look at the fingering. It tells you which fingers to use, but of course you know these notes anyway. You know C and G. You know lower B and F sharp. We've been talking about that. B flat with your first finger, an F, and then the A that we just practiced up to E. So let's try this. So let's see. Ta, e, a, e, a. Off we go. Great. Make sure you get a nice clean sound and you're pushing the air through a little bit more for the upper notes, a bit faster. Next time we'll look at some of the other patterns on this page as well, but if you can do number 5 really well, it means you can even make up your own pattern and do anything you like really. Now, we were on page 24 last week. How's the sleigh ride, by the way? On page 23, it's not really the weather now for a sleigh ride, but hopefully I will hear that when I see you soon. We talked about key signatures. The key signature. What does it mean, the key signature? Well, it means whenever we see this sharp sign, or indeed a flat sign, whenever we see that on a particular line or lines or spaces, those notes are sharpened. So that refers to F sharp. So not normal or natural F, we go to F sharp, which is a semitone, half a step higher, isn't it? Here's F, here's F sharp, so you can hear it's a little bit higher in pitch. So cuckoo uses F sharp. I played a lot of this last week, I seem to remember. So I'm going to move on today, and we did the Slavic slurs as well, didn't we? So I'm not going to do that today. We're going to look at Austrian Holiday. Austrian Holiday. Now, not Australian, looks a bit like Australian, Austrian, and Austria is a place in the middle of Europe, France, Germany, Italy, Austria, near there. A lot of people can go skiing there, it snows a lot. So this is kind of the sort of folk music from this area. which might well be played by a brass band. Now the time signature doesn't look like 4/4, it looks like a C with a line going through it. A C with a line. Now the C stands for common time. 4 beats in a bar is so common that you don't always write 4/4. Sometimes we just write a C, and that stands for common time. Now when it has a line or a slash going through it, it means it's a fast count. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a fast 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But instead of counting like that fast, we only count, well, we sort of cut it in half. So it's called cut common. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So, because this is a fast tune, and if you put the backing track on, it's very fast. That's the kind of feel to it. So it's a ba 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 ba. So I'm going to play it for you, and then this is one for you to work on to see if you can do it. Now it says F and F sharp study. It means that's what it's particularly practicing, the change between the F and the F sharp. So the first F you come to in the first full bar is an F sharp, but in the following bar it's a normal F without a sign. The next bar it's F sharp again. So just watch out. On the second line, first bar, there are 2 Fs. The first one is F natural because there's no sign. The second one is F sharp, so watch out for that. Now the structure of this tune is actually the same as the cuckoo. So the structure, the way it's put together. So if you look at the song, starts from the beginning, goes to about halfway through, and it has a double bar line with that word fine written above it. Remember, it's not fine, fine, it's Italian. So that's going to be where the song ends, but we don't end the first time. So that means repeat. So you go back to the beginning, you play that first section again. This time, when you get there, you carry on all the way to the end, and then it says D, C, Al, fine. And if we look back to the cuckoo, you can see where that's explained in this bubble here. It means go back to the beginning and finish at the bar marked fine. So same with Austrian Holiday, where it says DC al fine, DC da capo, the top or the head, back to the beginning, and you finish at the bar marked fine. Yep, fine, where the double bar and the dots is. So, play the first half of the tune twice because it's repeated, play the second half once, and then you go back and you play the first half again. A, B, A. Just like the cuckoo, also just like the Welsh tune on page 12. Right, I'm going to play this as it should be, and this is your challenge to see whether you can play it up to this speed when I see you next time. So I'm going to count myself to 3 because there's 2 quavers which take place, both of them, on beat 4. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Don't play those notes too quickly. Remember, they're on the beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Austrian Holiday. Got lots of accents in it as well. Under that F sharp at the beginning it says the word accent, and you've got like an arrowhead underneath the note, and that means to hit the note a bit more, to make it a bit louder and heavier than all the others, because it's a kind of a dance. Ta 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 ta. So you use your tongue to do that. So you do that Austrian Holiday. Obviously do it slowly, do it in sections, and then you can build it up. Now what I'd like to do now is move us on to upper B. Now I'm sure we've played this, but we haven't done these tunes, I don't think. So anyway, page 26, upper B. The B note is right in the middle of the stave. Remember, we've talked about the notes on the lines. The words that go with those notes are every good boy deserves food or favour. So we're on the third line up, every good boy. So B for boy. That's where B goes. And I know we can play it because we've done the scale at the beginning of the lesson. But this is getting used to reading the note and including it in our tunes. So let's do the very first tune, which is all minims, except for the last note, which is a semi-breve. Let's just look at the notes quickly. I'm going to test you. So the first note is G, then G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, A, G, A, G. Not difficult, and the notes move slowly. So let's just play this. This is a good warm-up as well once you're getting better at those upper notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the air moving, keep the lips tight, keep the support from your tummy muscles. So take a good breath in, push the air through. Don't forget to breathe through your mouth. Now the next tune, Sing Hosanna, you might have heard this one before. It says merrily, and it's got the same time signature as Austrian Holiday that we just did. The one above, the one I just played, has got 4/4, but Sing Hosanna has got cut, common, because this is actually a quick song. I really like this song. It's got some slurs in it. Second bar goes. You can only do that easily if you practice the slurs on page 16, so that's why they're there, so you get better at that. Look for patterns, repeated patterns. The two lines are almost the same, aren't they? Just the endings are different. You often get that with an ending that wants you to carry on, and then an ending that actually is an ending. So here I go, Sing Hosanna. I'm going to play it at my speed, and then this is a good one for you to practice. So this is going to be in cut common. So really, if you're thinking of the crotchet speed, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, da, 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 da. So this is proper cut common. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So lots of coordination there, your tongue, your fingers, and putting down the right notes, of course. But it's a scale, isn't it? The second half just comes down the scale. So this is why practicing the scale, C major scale, page 28 is so important. The one underneath is Victorian Ballad. I'm going to introduce that one to you next week. So get Sing Hosanna really good. Get the Cuckoo really good with the backing if you can. Get Austrian Holiday really good. Do the Slavic slurs on 25. And do the slurs on page 16. And do your scale. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.